Innovators Facade System, a stock in which I was interested to buy 1 year ago. I was interested to buy that stock by seeing Vijay Kedia having a position in that stock and talking it about in an interview. There he talked about very good things for the company and the future of the company. I agreed with the growth factor, but I didn't agree when I saw the ROE of the company. I didn't agree with the margins of the company. At that time, I may have bought it, but would not have taken a major position in that. And as that company was selling on lots and is selling in lots, then when I want to do a small bet, as at that time my portfolio was not so big, so I would have bought one lot and not disturbed my portfolio proposition. So because of small portfolio in maintaining a risk reward ratio, I avoided that company. But that company, when I avoided to buy that company, somewhat near here, the ROE of that company was of 3 to 5%, somewhat near, which created a problem for me and made me do not enter that stock. So at that time I didn't agree with Vijay Kedia to buy the company which has ROE of 3%. As Vijay Kedia's philosophy is, and he does investing where he buys even low grade companies, with means companies which has less ROE, but I am not in that style where I does so. So from my investing framework, it was not suiting me, but it was suiting to Vijay Kedia, and I avoided, and the stock from that time to here has jumped by 50%. So do I will regret over that? If that it should have happened to you, you should have regret over it? No, not at all. Why? Because Vijay Kedia is an veteran investor. Vijay Kedia is very experienced, has a very big portfolio and has many advantages over us and disadvantages too, but in this company that advantage would favored him, and that advantage which made him buy the company and not was knowing the future. For Vijay Kedia, he too knows, he is intelligent investor, he has experience of over 30 years, he has proved that he knows how to do investing. So it can't happen that Vijay Kedia does not know of what ROE company he has to buy. The answer is he knows, but to us at that time it was looking like that the ROE was of 3. But to Vijay Kedia at that time he was maybe knowing from the promoter's call or from something that the margin would improve in future, and he was sure about it. So for him, he has advantage of talking directly to the promoter. For us, we do not have that advantage. So even if we have identified, or I have identified, Innovators Facade System would be having a lots of growth, but I would have been insecure about the ROE factor, then simply avoid it. So that was the thing of past. Now to avoid it. Yes. Why? First of all, no vested interest in Innovators Facade System. Second of all, no buy, sell, hold recommendation, and no influence should be done. So what's the case in Innovators Facade System? Today only it has gotten a circuit. Why it has gotten a circuit? Open Twitter, open YouTube, just like me, you will find many persons who are talking about the company. Why they are? Why they are? Because a thought in their mind is created about Innovators Facade System. A wave of thought is created in their minds about Innovators Facade System, and that thought maybe who knows, is created by Vijay Kedia. Vijay Kedia is creating that thought. Vijay Kedia is running a trend, or it may be happening from anybody's control, whatever and whoever is doing that. However, the thought is being created by the results or by the promoter, by the management, whatever is a key in that dominoes effect of creating a wave doesn't matter. The thing which matters is that from that thought we may enter in the stock at the price of 300 or 280, but at that point still we don't know that this profit margins, this margins and the ROE will sustain in the future, will even improve in the future, how much growth is left in the company and such other things. We may still have an idea about the growth, but we do not have a bit idea about ROE. We can maybe communicate to the management, but whatever the management and the guidance it will give, there is no certainty that it would be a truth. But for Vijay Kedia it becomes a truth, because not just he has promoter guidance, he has two advisors, a lot of experience and other stuff which guide him. For us, we think if we buy that stock in current, we would be thinking that we are buying that stock and it may prove a multibagger from here. But what Vijay Kedia might be thinking, we don't know. He might be thinking that okay, enough, I have gotten my value, now I should exit. We don't know. So if we go into that stock just by seeing an improved ROE at the price of today's and not knowing that Vijay Kedia may sustain in that stock or not, and while knowing that that stock has the value of that much just because of Vijay Kedia, if Vijay Kedia exits that stock and removes whatever position he is holding on that stock, then the stock night to night will fall 20% and more than even 20%, who knows. So the whole valuation of that stock is built around Vijay Kedia and the story of it, and if that gets destroyed, we will get destroyed if we try to participate in that stock. Vijay Kedia won't sell before telling us that I am selling. So it becomes not a good buy because of the thought which is created in everybody's mind. Everybody is buying it, and you know that when everybody buys, you have to sell or wait, and everybody when sells, you have to buy. So at this current position, stock is available at circuit, everybody is buying it, and there is a wave created behind it. Not it can happen that everybody would be rich at the same time. So the story behind that stock is just some things are happening. It is not a solid reason which creates a reason for us to buy. It may happen that it become a multibagger. Whatever you do from your own. I was just telling you my perspective, nothing much more than that. And if we open that stock in screener, tell you about the ROE and other stuffs part, then you see that the ROE which you are seeing in current of 11 at that time was of 5% or 7% something, I don't remember much clearly, but was very less. And in the previous video we got to know that those are kinds of companies are not so good companies. But so according to our framework, it got out of our watch list and buying companies. But according to Vijay Kedia's watch list, it was inside his buy list. Why? Because he was surely, I'm sure, that he was knowing that the margins of the companies and the ROE of the company is going to improve. And if he holds the stock in the current 2 or sells it, he may be sure, or 90% sure at least, that what are going to happen to the fundamental of the companies in future. We can't predict, because we do not have the team and we do not have the direct communication to the promoter. He has. And if you talk about the P is reasonable enough, as at that time it was of 200 or something. That time it was of 200, but it has cooled down to a bit of 27%. And in small caps it happens because the earning grows very quickly from 1 to 7, means 7 times of earning jump, means of 200 P will in 2 quarters or in 1 quarter will cool down by 1/10 or 1/7, means of P of 200 will come to 40 or to 27 or to 38 very quickly, very swiftly. But it doesn't happen in large cap. So in small cap, if you will buy any company, one thing which you can ignore is seeing the P, and other things are necessary, which are ROE. The thing which terrifies me, which bothers me, at this point it is crossing break even point for ROE. But repeating the point again, which is of we don't know what will happen. So even if the ROE crosses the break even point, or the company becomes a multi-bagger from here, it should be a avoid for us, because first thing, everybody is entering that stock. That stock at current is available at a circuit, and it is because of result. I don't say that it is a no-brainer stock, but it is, even if it is because of result, we are discussing it, and it means somewhere it means that people are interested in that stock. And where the people gets interested, you should remove your eyes. You should have bought that company when people were not interested in that company, when that company was available on a lower circuit, not on an upper circuit. Now do not become a part of herd mentality. Find your own stocks, and you will surely find companies like that which are of 200 crores and has a lot of growth potential and has ROEs and that kind of stuff. Just keep looking for ideas. That's the another part of idea which I have not discussed in my channel yet, but soon enough we are in the path. We will go and discuss that how you find multi-bagger ideas, how you find stories like Innovators Facade Systems and other companies soon enough. But this video was just to tell that how herd mentality works and how it can hurt you, and that sometimes company may be good, but just because of over retail participation you can avoid it, or you should avoid it. If I look to the retail participation which has increased in that company, so it has not increased by much. it has only increased by 50% from 2 years or 100% in nearly 100% in 3 years. It does not seems a lot, but in this particular quarter, in the next, when we will get the retail holdings, you will see that how much the retail ownership has increased by. You would be shocked by that, because now you try to notice that how many times you will notice Innovators Facade System on Twitter, on YouTube and other places. You will automatically know that how many people are participating in that, and that you should participate in that. If the quantities of the people are too much, total neglect. Thank you. However, after all, Vijay Kedia is having position on a Innovators Facade System, and you all have heard, जाको राके साइयां मार सके न कोई, बाल न पाका करी सके जो जगबैरी होय. Vijay Kedia is not jagberry, but still he is state and central berry. Means from those two sides he is protected, and you know what does it means. So keep that in mind and take your decision. No buy, sell, hold recommendation, nothing, just a fun video. Take it as fun, advice, not advice. And it may happen that it become a multibagger. Whatever you do from your own. I was just telling you my perspective, nothing much more than that. And